Hey y'all, welcome back to another Tales from the Dryer. Um, so this tale is about one of my lifer clients, and I call the clients that have been with me as an independent stylist throughout all the years, lifer. So this is one of my lifer clients. She is from Cuba, and she came to the U.S. speaking zero English. Well, now, let me not say zero English, because she probably knew a few words and phrases. But this is 52, 53 years ago. So it's not like it is now, coming from a Spanish speaking country, because everybody speaks Spanish now here. So it's very, very different. But she was an orphan. Her mom was Cuban and her dad was black. Let me take that back. Her mom was Cuban and her dad was African. I think that's better. And she was put into an orphanage. And, based on the timing, racial conflicts and all that kind of stuff, that just wasn't a thing. You didn't have the appearance of being white and having a black child. That wasn't a thing. However, she is extremely light. Actually, more like that. She's extremely light. Nevertheless, she moved to the U.S. after dating a U.S. soldier. I don't know why he was in Cuba, but he was there. And they got together over there, and she got pregnant. They moved to the U.S. She moves to the U.S. with him. After time goes on, she's now on baby number 2. So I'm sure she's, learning the language and, developing and doing what have you. But he decides he doesn't want to be with her anymore. He's now going to leave the military and go to college. So that's what he does. He leaves her. And the good part about it is that his mother helped her when it came to the grandchildren. She still had to take care of the children by herself, but she did have some help. She told me that she would get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, go catch the bus to go down to do whatever, because she didn't have a whole lot of education, and therefore, the jobs were limited to what she could do or what they would pay her to do. So time goes on. He decides, this is the father of the children decides he's going to get married. So he's courting this lady. He introduces the children to her, and this is not in their face, but he has told them that these are his cousins. He did it. I was like, I know you lying. These are his cousins. The relationship between the mom and the son is volatile, because the son blames the mom that the father is not there. Of course, it's not her fault, but that's the pattern of behavior. He blames her that he's not around, because he goes off, and after he tells this woman that these are his cousins, did he say cousins? Yes, cousins. He goes and marries her and starts having his own family, and he forgets about these 2 he done had with this lady from Cuba. She works, factory work, janitorial services, whatever she needs to do, she works. She puts her children through school, and she puts her children through college. Eventually she moves, I believe they're up north, she moves to South Carolina, where she marries a guy, and they start a janitorial service together. They do contract work for hotels, because they're in Myrtle Beach. Hotels and churches and hotels, churches, probably local businesses in the area. But the janitorial service is very, very successful. After they achieve a really nice level of success, he decides he wants to start putting his hands on her. So that's what happens. He starts beating her. That happened twice. After that second time, she took a knife to his throat when he was asleep. And she said, if you touch me anymore again, I'm gonna cut your throat. It's funny how you had all them balls when you was hitting her, but you ain't had nothing to say when that knife came out. Girl, he packed his stuff up and left. He was gone within the next week. He was, he was scared of her. So the business is basically in his name, and he's the person who the people have the contracts with and stuff. So that ends up being a bust. So she moves to Charlotte, and janitorial services is what she does. So she goes and gets a job for the school system, and she works janitorial service. In the midst of all of this time, she goes through and she gets her citizenship. She learns English very well. She goes back to school. She gets a bachelor's degree. And, you know, her children, her and her son kind of still have a strained relationship, but her children are extremely successful. And she never heard from that husband again. Like, he was gone. But the moral of the story, or the point of this particular story, is situations will come up, but they do not limit you in what you can do and how you can move. She was literally given up by her mom. She was given up by her children's father. And she was given up by her husband. But what she knew for herself is that she had to keep pushing. She's now a very spicy 75-year-old. Very spicy. And she come and go as she get ready. She still goes back and forth she, of course, not with the COVID, but once they opened back up, was able to go back to Cuba. And some of the ladies that were in orphanage with her have taken the trip with her. But she stands literally flat-footed and lives her life. So regardless of what labels people put on you, you know, orphan, divorcee, you know, ignorant because you don't speak a language, you can overcome all of that stuff. It's just a matter of what you want to do, because it can be done. So that's it. That's our little story for today. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Talk to you later.